Okay, how about that? August 9th, 2022, we got a quick session for you guys. I got to run you through how I think this ends up playing out. Now, I'm not here to say that you need to vote for Trump. I'm not here to say you need to think that Trump's a good guy. In fact, I'm here to say that our opinions do not matter about Trump. Regardless of our opinions, how we feel about him, if he's the big bad orange man or if he's our savior. He's coming back into power whether you like it or not. And I'm here to say that this is all part of a show we are watching. Now, we're going to get right into that. But before we do that, I just want to say thank you to everyone in this community that has stood by me, supported me. And for those of you who maybe, don't like all my ideas, but you continue to show up, I appreciate you as well. So without further ado, let's get into this. The title of this episode here is Trump to be Arrested. This is the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. And it did start under Mr. Trump, and I believe that it will be finished under Mr. Trump. I am your host, Zach Rector, and let's get straight on into this update. So, first off, let's talk here about what they're doing in the DC swamp. It's getting silly out there, okay? The bipartisan group of lawmakers has sought for the U.S. to counter global competitors launching versions of their currency. The House Financial Services Committee might vote on related legislation as soon as this month. With Maxine Waters running that committee for us, she's getting it done. Good old Maxine. So this is being reported from the Wall Street Journal. It looks like they might be voting on that digital dollar or some sort of related legislation as soon as next month. It would be about time. Let's see you get it done. Okay, moving on over. Bank of England. This was announced. The 30th of September is the last day that you can use that $20 and $50 paper note. All part of rolling out that CBDC, okay? So they're getting rid of cash, introducing UBI. Stimulus for the people, multiple motives hidden is what we were told. Well, here we go. The people are going to accept this, and there's no stopping it. Now, for us here in America, God bless this country that still has somewhat of a rule of law, and we can continue to apply pressure to these politicians in a way that matters. This is from Ashley Prosper. Just committed my FOIA, Freedom of Information Act request to the SEC for its communications with the JP Morgan regarding Ripple and XRP. We'll update when they respond. Here's part of my reason for doing it. The communications between the SEC and JP Morgan directly resulted in a lawsuit brought against the company Ripple Labs in December of 2020. This affected thousands of XRP holders to the tune of billions of dollars. The operation at the SEC is an intense public interest as noted by Judge Sarah Netburn and Judge Annalisa Torres. The information should be disclosed without a fee in order to increase the public's understanding of how private firms are influencing the SEC and its employees. Now, I believe that she is from Prosper, which is the group that's been doing all these Freedom of Information Act requests on the Hinman notes, Hinman documents, the emails, all this. We need to continue applying pressure. John Deaton just hit 70,000 XRP holders who have signed his petition. We have a petition going around to fire Gary Gensler from the SEC. We get to go vote in November, and we need to secure our elections, and we need to continue to hold these people accountable and continue to apply pressure, guys. They are coming for everything that made this country great. They are coming for our families, our way of life, our freedoms and liberties that gave us an opportunity, that attracted the rest of the world to this country. Now, unfortunately, the people running this show have an agenda to absolutely destroy everything that I just mentioned. Jim Rickards arrived in Bretton Woods last night just in time to learn of the Mar-a-Lago raid. The former is a symbol of sound money and U.S. strength. The latter is a symbol of late-stage decadence, a case of the U.S. destroying itself in a way no foreign enemy could. This is all part of a changing world order, a collapsing empire is what we are witnessing, what we are going through, what we are living through. We have to stand up right now. I'm calling for a peaceful call to arms. Everyone needs to hold. Call your congressman, call your senator, sign these petitions, join John Deaton's lawsuit. We have to continue to show up in mass numbers, okay? Because these people are moving quickly against us. Now, be ready. I've been talking about how the bottom is not in on this market. Do not fall for these pumps. I said the same thing yesterday, and here we are. We're back down again. I'm not going to cover the cryptocurrency prices today. But the point being, guys, we have not bottomed out. There is something brewing. There's something seriously brewing in this country. Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, which is the largest asset manager with over 10 trillion in assets, sold another 8% of his own stock last week. This is his biggest stock sale after COVID. His last biggest stock sale was right before the COVID crash. So, what does Larry Fink know? What does the world's largest asset manager know? I think he knows that something's brewing within this country that's about to bust, and we're about to have a systemic collapse of the whole damn system. We're going back to my friend Donnie Darkened, who, like I said before, he compares Trump. He thinks that Trump is the AC, the Antichrist. He thinks it's all evil. But nonetheless, he found some interesting connections, and I totally forgot. I've just been so caught up in my businesses and my other work that I totally forgot to mention that this was a date to look out for. The 8/8 date was yesterday, August 8th, and Trump in simple gematria is 88. Now, in this post, Donnie says that Trump equals 888 in simple gematria. Not the case. It's just 88, but nonetheless, same point. And I'll let you guys speculate, figure out why there's always a connection to the numbers, why numerology matters in all these world stage events. I'll let you guys speculate. I'm not here to tell you why it matters, why it happens, if it's a coincidence or not. Maybe it is. I'm just here to point out the interesting connections that we continue to see in every major world stage event. Now, let's run through this. Donnie says the FBI would raid Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate on 8/8/22. It was a typo. 8/8/22. Trump equals 88 in simple gematria. Now, Trump's text number was 88022. So in numerology, remove that 0. So you got that 8/8/22 date, the exact date here yesterday. He was raided, and his Mar-a-Lago White House, the new White House, they say. Today is also exactly 880 days after the pandemic was declared on 3/11/20, which was exactly 888 days after Trump's cryptic message, calm before the storm, comments. You remember that? When he said, this is the calm before the storm, and what are you talking about, Mr. President? And he says, you'll find out. Wait, 1 second, folks, 1 second. Let me make sure you guys can see this right here. Let me make sure you guys can see this. If you haven't read this book, if you don't know the contents of this book, then you don't understand this man and what's happening right now. Trump, The Art of the Deal. In this book, he talks about going after anyone who does you wrong 10 times harder than what they did to you. This man lives off of revenge. This man lives off of winning and being right. He kept a black book of all the people that did him wrong, and he wrote down, and he kept a book of it. My mentor, Dan Pena, said that during his term in the White House, his book got even bigger. He had to get a bigger book. Folks, this man that we're dealing with, he does not lose. He does not give up. Continuing on, the plot is thickening. This is Donnie's opinion. I'm just reading this off. I've been saying for quite some time to watch for the persecution of Donald Trump, mimicking Christ's persecution by authorities. I believe we may see Trump being led to his cross to suffer and die for his country, only to be resurrected. The persecution of Donald Trump will also only further energize his base as well as the Republican Party to come to his defense. Republicans in the past have likened Trump's persecution to the persecution of Jesus Christ. We will see this rhetoric intensify. By the way, just quick comment, I am against that. I am against that. Completely against all that. No man compares to Jesus, okay? Just so we're clear. What's also interesting is that within 24 hours of 8/8, Donald Trump mentions Back to the Future at a speech. At his speech at CPAC, he made that little Back to the Future comment. And lightning strikes the Mecca clock tower, mirroring Back to the Future as well in DC. They had to go 88 miles per hour to open the wormhole in the movie. Very interesting. The creator of Back to the Future have already openly stated that the antagonist Biff was modeled after Donald Trump. Here is a photo of Biff for president in 1988. The 88 symbolism coding goes very deep, and there are many layers to it. I'm not gonna finish this. Okay. Nonetheless, folks, very fascinating. On the 8/8 date, Trump in simple gematria is 88. And let me tell you right here my opinion on what I think is about to play out. Okay. We've said since 2020 that Trump caught them all. This was one of the largest military intelligence operations that ever took place with that election. They had eyes on the whole damn thing. And James Butler, thank you for the super chat, brother. I love you very much. They watched the whole thing unfold in real time. They caught them all, and it will be exposed. He is sitting on his hand. It's like sitting at the poker table and knowing you have the winning hand. You keep on upping the ante. You keep on suckering them in. You get the deep state cabal to go all in against you before you play your final hand to bring the whole thing down. So what's going to happen next? Okay. We were told that the first arrest would shock the world, right? That was a Q post. We were told the first arrest will shock the world. Many speculation been going around. Many people have suggested Trump. Many people have suggested other people. I don't know if he's going to be the first arrest, but I do believe that Trump will be arrested. I believe that Trump will be arrested. He will be taken in. I believe that this could be a moment that could literally spark a civil war within this country. Now, I'm praying for peace. Like I said, I am standing here saying that we need to peacefully resist this evil, peacefully resist all who are out here to harm the American country, the American people, and destroy our democracy and our republic. With that being said, Trump's arrest is going to spark the base. Trump's arrest is going to move and motivate a lot of people. We could see violence, and I think that we are going to see some serious stuff taking place between now and November, between now and that election. The next thing that's going to occur is going to be a complete economic meltdown. This is one thing that could be the catalyst for that complete economic meltdown that we've been warning about, for the bottom finally coming in. People keep on speculating, what's it going to be? Is it going to be Tether collapsing, Evergrande collapsing? There's a dozen other reasons. Well, throw in Trump being arrested and it's sparking a, civil war. And I'm not talking full on civil war. I'm just talking little skirmishes, more false flag events. Remember, they're going to stage false flag events from now until the election. Mass shootings. They're going to find some Trump guy to go do something crazy. Maybe Trump supporters are going to do something crazy, which for everyone listening right now, I'm standing here for peace, praying for peace. Do not commit acts of violence. We don't need to. The truth is on our side. We caught them all. Let's just present our evidence in court, which is exactly what was done here by the FBI raiding Trump's house, by going in his safe, which Trump made a point to talk about. I'm here to tell you right now, in my opinion, that Trump left a note for these guys. He left all the documents and probably a little note and maybe some cookies and milk for the FBI when they popped open that safe. Little happy note that said, hey guys, here you go. Here's the documents you were looking for. I dare you to present this in a court of law. I dare you to present this in front of the American people. Here you go. As he's sitting in Trump Tower watching it unfold. Crafty Irene, I thank you for the super chat. Brad Mills, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you guys. So Trump gets arrested. This is going to spark civil war / skirmishes / false flag events. This is going to trigger the full-out economic meltdown that we've been waiting for. The bottom will come in. And finally, I think the last part of that is going to be the World War III scare events and or real skirmishes playing out there as well. See, this is the tough part about our reality is we got real situations taking place, and then we also have staged events that are real, but they're paid actors, but they're mercenary goons that get sent in to go perform hits, to go perform, serious acts. And we're out here on the outside watching and trying to decide, what's real, what's not. But regardless, here in America, we're going to have false flags. We're going to have skirmishes. There's going to be some serious situations. Worldwide, we're seeing it play out as well. Taiwan, in the Middle East right now, in Ukraine, amongst another dozen other issues, amongst every single other country across this planet folding, collapsing, going through a dollar debt liquidity crisis as we speak, on top of the food, energy, and water crisis that they're also facing. This is the climax of this movie is coming in. And it's all setting the stage for his return. And I don't think that he'll be back till 2024. But I think that he is most 100%. I would bet all of my XRP, I would bet my whole net worth that Trump will be back in office. And now remember how I started this off. I'm not pro-Trump, against Trump, big bad orange man, savior. I don't care what you think. My opinion doesn't matter. The point being, this is the world stage events playing out. Now, it's up for you guys to invest accordingly and take advantage of this. This is the greatest transfer of wealth in world history, and amongst all of the chaos, you are going to find the best opportunities in our lifetimes. God willing, we make it out to the other side. But folks, I just wanted to lay this out here in this show today on how I think this is about to play out. I had been thinking about this 8/8 date for a while, and I just forgot. I was going to make a video on this. I just have been so busy with other stuff that I completely forgot to talk about this. But this was a date that I had in mind. But going forward here, now until the election, it's going to ramp up. It's going to be crazy. Okay? And then I still think that we have 12 to 18 months until that next election of 2024 of absolute chaos. Absolute chaos within this country and absolute recession. So you guys need to have a plan. And I would encourage everyone not to get emotionally attached to these storylines. Do not get emotionally caught up in this. This is how people get wrecked. Please spare the comments down below. Oh, you're a Trump guy, unfollowed. Oh, you unfollowed. Oh, wow, I can't trust you anymore. I share BitBoy's predictions and people are in my comments. Wow, can't believe that you would share BitBoy's predictions. Can I trust you anymore? I mean, golly, if you're getting offended, if you leave a comment like that down below, you are telling the world, I am broke and I'm so emotionally weak that someone talking about another person offends me. Please spare yourself the time and go get your paper up. This is the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. I encourage you guys to take advantage of it. Do not get emotionally wrapped up in these stories. Take massive action right now and prepare your families. This is happening whether you like it or not. Trump's going to be arrested. Civil war, false flag skirmishes within this country, full-on economic meltdown, World War III scare events, all before his return in 2024. May God be with you. I'll see you guys in the next one. TK, thank you for the super chat. God bless you all. Thank you.